Chicken little really fell from the sky, and half the truth ain't nothing but a lie. Art and blow coming through with the truth. Keep it 100, that's the only rule. Every week, bring something you ain't know. Hot topics, that's the name of the show. Hit us with the like, follow, share, and the cash app coming to you, player. Chicken little really fell from the sky, and half the truth ain't nothing but a lie. It's time to tell the truth. 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 Kids, if one word is what we came to do.
Guess who's back? It's your boy Art, my sidekick Blow. Welcome to another edition of Time to Tell the Truth. We got a big show for y'all today. It's called What We Gonna Do. We got a lot going on out here right now. We got a lot going on in the Carolinas, out in Texas. We just got a lot going on. You know, as y'all know, welcome to the show. Throw your cash apps up, like and share the page. You know how we do this thing. We're going to talk about this Asian guy killing this black young guy, okay? And the Asian guy got off free, okay? Y'all probably been seeing it on the news. They want to burn down the building and boycott the building and do all that kind of stuff. So we're going to be talking about that.
You already know it's time to tell the truth. Give us a call, 704-449-6563. Again, 704-449-6563. At Highlight, at everyone. You can watch us on YouTube as well. Time to Tell the Truth podcast, all one word. Send us a question, call in, share the video. You get a cash app. You already know how it goes. Time to tell the truth.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, this is a big topic around here, around the Carolinas. We got this guy. I mean, Blow, I don't know. I don't know whether the guy should have got off. I think the prosecutor brought the wrong charges and stuff like that. It's hard to prove first-degree murder. The bar ain't as high when you got second-degree manslaughter. You know, all you have to prove then is the man killed the man. In other words, you know, for no reason. Now you got a guy getting off scot-free.
This stuff crazy, man. My question is, how come we haven't heard about this case until now?
Yeah. How long it's been out? 3 years?
I mean, the man died and we didn't even know his name until last week.
Right. That's when the guy won the trial. That's when everything exploded. They should have brought awareness, but I think all this stuff is done by design, man. It's by design.
It's a perfect case to put blacks against Asians.
Right. If you didn't know that, that's what they're doing out here. They're still trying to get something going with this civil type war type of thing. If they can get anybody against anybody, that's the way it is. I mean, we had people getting on there. It was Asians getting on there talking about the black community. We don't need y'all to do this, that, and the other. I mean, they've been really live on this.
I heard a woman going out saying that, you know, black people need to take better control over their kids. Ain't no reason why he should have been in the store, you know, going in and out, you know, the box without no money to buy nothing and then running and doing all this stuff. So, you know, it has created a narrative to where putting the blacks and the Asians against each other. We already know last month I've been hearing a lot of talk going on about the fact that Biden gave the Asians a hate bill and that the blacks still haven't received something of such.
Right. I mean, I had to agree with that. Out of all that marching for George Floyd, you didn't even as much get a hate bill out. I got to agree with that. I mean, now you get 2 or 3 Asians, you get them jumped on up in New York somewhere. Now they got a whole hate bill within no span of time. I don't know how that happened. You know, but don't we have a clip of this guy of the trial or whatever that's going on that we can show people so they can understand kind of what we're talking about?
Yes, sir. We got it right here. Here we go.
With a follow-up to last night's not guilty verdict of Rick Chow, a day after he was acquitted of murdering 14-year-old Cyrus Carmack Belton. We saw reaction or were gathered outside Chow's former gas station off of Park Lane Road in Columbia. Richland deputies also at the store now at this hour. They have been there since shortly after the verdict was announced last night. News 19's Whitney Sullivan speaking with criminal defense attorney John Mobley tonight. He was asked, where does he believe things?
From opening statements, one of the vast contrasts that I saw between the prosecution and the defense, where I believe the prosecutors dropped the ball, is they didn't really do much to humanize the victim in the case. And I remember the solicitor did mention he was 14 years old. That was kind of it. Had I been prosecuting that case, I would have talked about not only his age, where he went to school, hey, what he liked to do for fun, what video games he liked. I would have wanted to bring him to life so the jurors could have some image of this young man, this life in their mind, and they just didn't do that. Something I would have done differently if I was a prosecutor, and I don't think that they really leaned into the fact that this team was hunted. They talked about him being chased out of the store about a bottle of water. That was kind of their big theme. They kind of hung everything on that, all about a bottle of water. This team was hunted. Mm-hmm. I mean, 130 yards. And I remember when in opening statements, when they talked about that, one thing I thought was great was he described that it was that 130 yards would be the equivalent of a football field goalpost to goalpost. Had I given that opening statement, I would have had that picture up there. I would have had a visual picture of a football field from goalpost to goalpost so the jury could see how far they hunted. These two grown men hunted this 14-year-old. And I would have used that word. I wouldn't have said chase. I would have said hunted, which I think is accurate, quite frankly. Now, on the flip side, the defense, in their opening statement, they talked about the defendant's credentials and how he came to America and how he built his business and his family. They gave the jury all this information to humanize this person. So, I mean, big difference. I think that made a big difference, more than the other.
Again, criminal defense attorney John Mobley with his opinion about what happened in this case. And new tonight, we're hearing from the Fifth Circuit, Mr. Byron Gibson, on the not guilty verdict. He did issue a statement late today saying that last night's verdict has brought on strong emotions from our local and national communities. He added that he's disappointed with last night's outcome and continues to believe that Chau's actions were not justifiable. However, he adds that he respects our criminal justice system and the jury's decision.
Yeah, go ahead, Art.
Yeah, man. It's a lot in that, man. I see the comment up there. Look, bro, nobody wants to see any young people hurt or killed, but these young dudes today are absolutely out of control. Okay, I get that. And you're absolutely right. My thing is,
my thing I want to say to piggyback what he's saying is, I do agree with you on that because, you're going in the store, the lady already asked you to put your book bag down. That already should trigger your mind that either they don't want your business, they don't care for your business, or they think you're coming in there to steal. Then she sit up there and watch you go in there. Why are you taking 4 bottles out to put them back in there, to go in your pocket, shake your pocket? I think one thing about this show, Art, me and you, we get criticized a lot for keeping it 100. Yeah, and that's just me keeping it 100. We always talking about what role did that person play in it. Now we already know that a bottle of water, 4 bottled of waters, wasn't worth the young man's life at all. Absolutely. Wasn't worth him running, being chased, or none of that. But he did play a role in that. Why would you go in that box? If anything, he should have just bottled water. I mean, why is you going? I mean, what is you doing?
Right.
So I don't know, but I understand. You're right. The parents we have to do a better job as parents to keeping our kids alert to situations like that.
Well, yeah, being alert. It's kind of hard for me because if you ever been in an Asian store, it's some of them. I'm not even going to say all of them. Some of them in there, I've seen them treat people bad. I've seen them treat people bad, but you know, 100 yards is a football field. Okay, that's just 100 yards. Everybody know how long a football field is. At some point, you got to give up, especially if you ain't seen nothing but water, man. Come on, these people take it to the extreme. That was extreme. That's why I feel like the man should have done some time, because that was to the extreme. I don't care if it's water or what. You don't chase nobody 100 yards and then kill them, and you ain't seen nothing but some water. Even though the little, you know, kid was probably out of control in there, probably trying to steal something. Of course, that's what teenagers do sometimes, make dumb decisions. But it shouldn't cost them their life. Another thing, I think the prosecutor in that case brought the wrong charge. You bring a first-degree murder charge on what should be a second-degree manslaughter charge, you're not going to get a conviction. We got that other case going on, which we're going to talk about in a minute out in Texas. But what I'm saying is, you know, you bring that charge and it's hard to get above the bar of first-degree murder. Man, that's premeditated, and anybody can just look right at that case and tell that that wasn't premeditated. That was not a premeditated thing. You see what I'm saying? Because all that stuff unfolded at one time, so nobody planned it. You see, so you can't get a conviction on that. Any prosecutor worth their salt knows that. And unfortunately, it was a black guy that was prosecuting the case who should automatically know that.
Yeah. Yeah, you right.
Know? So, I mean,
they did say that the young man, the young man had a gun, right? He did have a gun.
That's what they said. Yeah.
They said he did have a gun. And I was looking at the autopsy thing, and they showed that he got hurt bad while he was running from him. Say he fell, say he lost his shoe, and then he was trying to get around something or cross over something, and he had a severe gash on his shin he got. And then they say he had his phone and his mom's phone. He dropped both the phones. And then, I mean, who knows, the gun could have fell out. He could have, you know, but like I say, none of this justified. It never should have got that far. But it's, you know, it's a sad case. We see it all the time, man. But my question to you, Art, and my question to everybody on here is, why do they pick and choose how to get something started? Because this case happened in 2023. I mean, as much as I heard about it last week, and when I really realized it happened a long time ago, when I heard them say the verdict, I'm like, the verdict? I'm thinking this just happened. This happened in 2023, and we ain't heard nothing about this. And this stuff happened right in Columbia. I mean, this right down the road.
Yeah, right next door to it. And we didn't hear nothing about it because they didn't want us to hear nothing about it. We don't get any information basically unless the media put it out there. You don't get a lot of what happens and what goes on unless they put it out there. So it's a reason they putting it out there now, you know, because they can't get anything else going right now. They've been trying to put the blacks against the whites. They've been trying that for the last 4 years so they can get a civil war going. They tried it with Chud the Builder. Did nobody bite on that? That's what Chud the Builder was all about, trying to get some kind of civil racial war going on. So now they're going to just try it with the Asians, you know. And they got these clowns like Crump and Al Sharpton them that foment stuff like that. Now, they won't step in unless they can foment something to get something like that going because they're being paid to do it. Once you understand how these people are getting paid and what they get paid to do, then you'll understand what our media like. I'm hoping that everybody's starting to understand that you can't believe nothing you see come from the media because they will lie. They would lie all day long just to put a narrative or set a narrative out there.
It's all narrative driven. That's the problem. It's all narrative driven.
Right. It is all narrative driven. And we got to understand that. Now, this kid, he shouldn't have died. And another thing, even in a stand your ground case type of law case, if nobody's not engaging you and you not being threatened, you should lose that case. That guy was running. You see what I'm saying? And he shouldn't have never died. If somebody's running away from you, they're not trying to kill you. They're trying to get away from you. So just like that man was saying, he was hunted down. You know, and that's just the bottom line.
And one thing about a jury trial is, you know, it's, you know, was he guilty of his acts? And he was guilty of his acts. He was guilty of shooting that kid over a bottle of water. His wife
Right.
was right there the whole way. If anything at the store was bothered, it was a known fact that it was only water.
Right. Right. And they knew that. So that guy should be locked up right now, in my opinion,
Yeah, he should.
for
And
killing that
and
child.
now Sharpton should be upset about that. The
Yeah.
NCAA or the NAACP should be out here,
Front and center.
bringing awareness.
You ain't heard from them clowns.
Nope.
Yeah. Yeah, but you ain't heard from them. Why? Not
They
in this.
ain't cut the check on this one.
Yeah, exactly. Ain't nobody's cutting the check for them. So they ain't out there out front like they should be, which is, terrible. We got all this stuff going on, man, and ain't nobody really speaking out on it. And me and you have to bring this stuff to the forefront, which is ridiculous. I mean, come on. Yeah, we got a bunch of teens out of control. And yes, I want to hold parents accountable because really, to be honest with you, Blow, I don't think the parents are doing their job.
No, they're not because these kids are running around. First of all, they think it's tomorrow promise. I think that's one thing about your generation, my generation. We knew that tomorrow wasn't promised.
Right.
And we also felt like, a lot of times we just knew better. We just knew better. But it go both ways. We all got away with stealing. We all could have been in that same situation.
Right.
I done stole before. I ain't gonna act like I haven't. I done went and stole something in my pocket and could have got chased down and shot too. And actually had something. You know what I mean? So it is one of those things, man, where you live and you learn. And some people do fall victim to situations that others learn from.
Yeah. Well, that's true. We got another clip of the thing that's going on out there in Texas. Okay. If y'all remember, do y'all remember when the black guy and the black guy stabbed the white guy at a track meet? That made national news. Now that made national news.
Yes, when it happened.
This other one didn't make. That's what you're talking about, right, Blow?
Yeah, I mean that's the whole point of what we're making. See what it is they realize. See, but see what it is. I've been doing this so long. We've been doing this so long now. I can see with a clear mind's eye. You know what I mean? And basically, they knew that was going to cause division and strife between black and white from that moment when it happened all the way up through the trial to the end of the trial. They already knew this. See, somewhere along the line, this case kind of didn't catch their eye until they realized around the verdict time, you know what, if he beat this, maybe we can make a big deal about this case and they could draw a line in between the Asian and the black community. And that's why they pounced on it.
Right, exactly. Well, I mean, that's what they know that. They know how to do that. They know how to do that and manipulate the minds of the people. They done got so skilled at this, it's ridiculous.
And these cases are very, very similar in the fact of we just saw a situation where somebody committed a crime that they shouldn't have been ever created, and they didn't face the consequences of their action. And now we got another case where a young man, whether it was self-defense or not, we can both agree that it was something that didn't have to happen. Whether he got beat up by the boys or whatever. They both could have lived. So now we're going to see, is he going to have to face the consequences for his action?
Right.
Because because that Asian man should have faced the consequences for his action. That young man didn't have to die. He chased him down. See, in this situation, this guy, he didn't even chase him down and kill him. He was under attack. So I don't know. I just hope this one don't go the other way. Because if this one go the other way, this could start something. This one could possibly get some stuff going. Especially if we have the Anthony kid catch a life sentence or be treated, a life without parole type of situation. So and then you could use a case like this one to say that we still, then we'll have the NAACP out.
Yeah, exactly. That's when they're gonna come out. See, they think
they're gonna come out for that one. Are they gonna cut a big check?
They won't come out for the other one. So that's what we pay attention to.
Exactly. And what I'm saying is this is the type of stuff that everybody should pay attention to. I think I think one thing that I realized, man, in going from, and I'm kind of off track, but I'm right here with us, and going from a dislike to a like to some person, it's just about keeping it 100 and realizing that the human element. You
Right.
always got to keep the human element. I
Right.
can't point the finger at Art for something I might do, and you can't point the finger at me or Art for something that you might do. And I think
Right.
that's a lot of times that's what's going on, and that's what causes the hypocrisy.
Right. Right.
That's what causes the hypocrisy.
Yeah, that
Come on,
causes
man.
hypocrisy.
Yeah, exactly. Art think he this because he got 8 chains on. I can't stand Art. He think he this, he think he that, and then I'm in the jury store buying jury. You know, I
Yeah.
can't. You know, that's what I don't understand, and it's just the human element of it. You know, everybody's a human, and everybody make mistakes, and you have to face the consequences for your actions.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And it should be some consequences. And
It,
that
it
guy should
doesn't,
have never got off. And it
no,
should be a manslaughter charge brought back. I mean, come on, they can retry the case. I mean, they can't retry him on first degree murder, but they can retry him on manslaughter.
yeah, because he
I really
definitely.
believe that. Huh?
Yeah, he definitely shouldn't have got off of that. Because
No.
to be honest with you, the boy was profiled and killed. To be honest,
Yeah, he was.
yeah, I mean that's almost, you know. Let me see. Time to tell the truth. We got a caller. All right, we're doing all right.
Hey, just Tammy. I want to chime in a little bit on your conversation.
Yes, ma'am.
It's time now. What the call is now is for black men to stand up because they're not just killing black men, they're killing black children,
Yes.
our children. You know what I'm saying? So I got this guy. He's an author. He's gonna call in named Melvin Muhammad.
Okay.
He wrote a book called Blue Sports, and it shows how the police is a sport to find ways to kill young black men,
Yes.
or black men, period. But in his book, it's a real controversial way that he handles it, but it works.
Okay.
You take one of ours, they take one of theirs.
Yeah, and I think that's the traditional way of thinking. You know, I think that's the traditional way of thinking, that if they do something to one of ours, we do something to theirs, and then they'll think twice about it before they do it. But I think a lot of times we don't get mad about the situations where we play no part in it. You know what I mean? We overlook the situation where the young man told the police, "I got a gun on my waist," and then they killed him. You know what I mean?
Right.
He told them he had a gun and died. But then we
Right.
get mad when the man beat up 2 police officers and ran around the car and try to jump in the car and they shoot him.
Right.
So-
Exactly.
All shooting is not wrong shootings, but it's more unjustified shooting. You know,
Yeah, and
that our counterparts is handled in car situations and stuff is totally different.
yeah, I understand, and being playing both sides, everybody's scared in a situation. You could be pulled over to the police right now, and you know you don't have nothing in the car. You know you haven't did nothing illegal, but that don't mean that you won't be scared, and that don't mean that you won't make a bad decision in being scared.
Right.
You know what I mean? You could get pulled over and have your license and everything, and just
Yeah.
be traumatized with the state of what's going on, the temperature of the country right now, and just be in fear and don't stop the car. They can have the blue lights on, and you could just be scared to
Freeze up.
stop it and
Yeah.
just keep going. And then you end up in a bad situation where it looked like you was wrong, but you played a part in it, sadly.
Well, I'm just thinking, Caller, I'm just thinking that
You know, the community is just that it's been proven time and time again that the black man is the strongest, most intelligent creature on this earth. Everybody fears it. You know, so sometimes the fear is not on our part. And with these people taking out stuff on 14-year-old because they would never step to a 34-year-old.
Well, and I mean, I can agree with that. I can agree with that. You said some Art.
yeah, man, I was saying that, Caller, right now today, I think we're teaching the wrong thing. I think we're teaching the wrong thing to our kids. We're teaching them how to handle stuff. I wouldn't teach my kid to be scared of no police. Okay, even if they stop me. And that's what I think they teach it. I done been watching videos at the videos. The police come up to the car, tell the joker to roll the window down. They sit there like the man ain't said nothing. I'm just saying, now they breaking the window out to get the guy out. You not responding to nothing. I'm looking at this. I see this all the time. I don't know who taught him to do that. I don't know who told him to, man, you got to at least respond. There's no hostility going on at that moment. I don't understand.
Back a step further. If there was no reason to pull this man over, then what is he complying to? What is he answering for? He wasn't speeding.
Well, first of all, you don't know whether it's not a reason. That's the whole thing. I can't just say that people didn't have a reason to pull me over and they done got behind me. Somebody could have reported that car. They could have reported it being stolen, a car just like that. Somebody could have robbed something. They got to check it out. Somebody could have just got kidnapped. So for you to just say why you ain't got no reason to stop me, you don't know that until you talk to the people. You got to engage at first. Come on, man.
I've talked to people because I'm the mother of black men, and my black men have been stopped plenty of times for walking to work with a red lobster uniform on. Boy, where you going? He said,
I get that.
Don't you see this red lobster uniform is 2 blocks down the street? But I did teach them to be respectful.
Right. Well, that's what I'm talking about.
You're not gonna win.
That's not what I'm talking about. That's not the situation I'm talking about. That you can call harassment. Then again, you got to teach your kids to be smart. If they harass you, just get their badge number and their name, and you can take it from there. You don't have to flare up in the opportunity, and you don't have to be scared. Yeah, you called me, boy, you did this, that, and other. In the day of cameras now, everybody's got pictures. Everybody's recording stuff. So if we teach our kids anything, I think it ought to be smarter, to be smart. It's not smart for the people to stop you. They come to the window and you don't even roll the window down. That's not a smart choice. I don't know who taught them to do that, but that's not really smart. Because like I say, you have no idea of what's going on. Now, in the situation that you described about, the guy walking down the street, and I have been harassed like that myself. But you definitely have to be smart about it. You have to use your brain. You can live the fight another day, another fight. Everything don't have to go down right then. That's what you got to teach your kids.
Well, they need to bring, coming up, Officer Friendly used to come to our class about once a month, and then it's been proven that black officers pull their weapon 80% less than their counterpart. So, we need to control ourselves. These officers need to make themselves known in these neighborhoods, and something got to be done on their part too. You got to do it too. You let your partner kill your people, and you sit there like, he ain't did nothing.
Yeah.
You got to speak up too. Some of this got to be carried on the shoulders of black men.
Well, I get that. Let me ask you one question though, and this is just I feel like this is a fair question to ask. Do you think a lot of them white cops are scared?
Do I think they're what?
Scared, just naturally scared of black people. They draw their weapons. Because I personally believe they draw them because they're just scared of black people.
That's what I said. Black men is the strongest, most intelligent creature on this earth.
And they know that too.
Always have. Y'all can outrun them, out-talk them, out everything. Of course they're scared of them.
Right.
But if you're scared, you ain't got no business on the force.
Right. Well, that's true. You absolutely not. They got people on the force that got psychological problems. They got all kind of problems. They got rapists on the force. They got pedophiles on the force. All that stuff been proven. They don't do enough mental evals. All that stuff has been proven. So you're right about that. But, they had to do a whole new vamping on how they accept people in. Most of them people be mentally disturbed. I don't even know how they get to be a cop.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And look how many mentally ill people get killed by police every year. And they have a program. I've been associated with it where you do a social worker do a ride along. If you call and say, hey, Artie over here, the moon is full, they acting crazy, you're supposed to cue the social worker to ride along. But they don't do that.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people don't know to say, hey, he's mentally ill, bring a social worker to defuse the situation.
Well, what about this? What about this, Tammy? Why don't you just train the cop to be a social worker too? How about that? Why don't you incorporate that into his training, how to deal with mentally ill people?
Yeah.
Now you don't need no social worker. The cop should be the social worker. I mean, come on. He's supposed to be there and know how to diffuse situations like that. Where's the training?
You want to do that when you got the judge and the jury on your hip. You're not trying to diffuse nothing.
Yeah. But then how to be some consequences?
Shoot first, ask questions later. That's what they do.
Yeah, but that ain't what they should be taught. Now, see, if you taught that to them and they come and do the opposite, now you should be able to charge them. That's the way that should go. Okay, if I take you through training and you pass the training and you get out there and you don't do what your trainer's supposed to do, then you're supposed to be brought up on charges.
Yeah. And when it boils down to it, like you say, like Art say all the time, it boils down to it. It's two kinds of people in the world. It's either good people or it's bad people. Right. It's just like that. I encountered a bad cop one night. One night, my son got in a fight with one of his cousins, and his cousin's mom and his mom both got mad at him, and he ran out the house and went up in the woods, and they called the police to find him. So I called him. He had his phone. I called him. I told him where I was at. So he told me he was coming to me. So the police pull up on me. I tell the police I just got off the phone with my son. He's on the way to me. He's coming right here to where we are. They told me, okay. They both jumped in their car and sped back down in the neighborhood to keep looking for a boy that's already coming to us. So now they could have said he had a gun. They could have said he did this. He could have did that. But me being his daddy, being smart, I already assumed this could end bad. So what I did was I rolled down in there because I knew where he was at, and I found him first. You know what I mean? And that's the kind of stuff those were bad cops.
And what they were going to do, they were going to slap a domestic violence charge, even though it was something between him and his cousin, which probably was a boy, and then that's going to follow his whole history that you don't think he beat women. Yeah,
but that's what I'm saying, though. I just felt that moment it could have ended bad. If you an officer of the law and the dad telling you that I'm sitting up here at this Biscuitville and my son, he know where it's at. He on the way out the woods to come right here. Why is you going back down there to try to get him out the woods?
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
No threat to nobody. He wasn't no threat to nobody. He was just in the woods.
But when we came up, grown people respected children. Now they don't. If you hear F this, F that, all this stuff in front of children, our parents never cursed in front of us. How you gonna teach a child respect if you don't show them any respect?
Well, first of all, we really wasn't even listening to our parents' conversations.
Because we wasn't.
Whenever they get to talking to each other, they want you out the room.
Yeah,
they don't even want you even nowhere around the conversation.
Right. The problem is they letting the children in the conversation these days, and the children should never be in the conversation to start with. That's the whole problem. And nowadays you can't get nobody else to discipline the kid because the mama is running down the road trying to get you. I mean, you know, we had a level of respect even back then where the racial tensions was really even worse than they is now. I got paddled by a white teacher in school. I got paddled by a white teacher. Yeah, I got a paddling by a white teacher, but my mama didn't run down there trying to jump on the teacher. You know what she did? She come down there and told me, what did you do? Yeah, I done something. Of course I did something. You know what I'm saying? I did do something. So, you know, these days you can't touch nobody or the kids. Yeah, you get some wayward teachers. You know what I'm saying? But back then, we know we couldn't go down the street and do nothing bad because the neighbor would snatch our little butt up. Now, if your kid come down the street and I do something and say something about your kid, now you all on me about your kid. I'm going to tell you exactly where that came from. That came from women raising kids by themselves because daddy would have put the discipline down and they would have knew better to start with. That's just a fact.
Exactly. But they need to learn respect for policemen because my son, he keep a tag out of date. He don't have insurance. And he smoked marijuana in his car. And that's 4 or 5 tickets, and guess what? Never arrested him, nothing, because he said, yes, sir, I'm wrong. I know I need to do this. And they let him go.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. You ain't got to teach your kids to respect law enforcement. They go find out the hard way. Because a lot of them situations and a lot of them attitudes they have, they're not going to win.
They're not going to win.
they don't hear anything positive about policemen. You got a child 12 or 13, you can take them down to the jail. They'll give them a tour. You can let them talk with police officers. Most times they don't encounter police officers until something is done wrong. You know, they don't wear a suit till the first time they go to court. Put your little boys in suits on Sundays. Carry them back to old school ways. Yeah. Most young men, first time they put a suit on their back is when they went to see the judge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this generation these days, they don't even put a suit on them no more in the casket. They got T-shirts on them now. I mean, this stuff crazy, man. They don't even suit them up in the casket no more. They put T-shirts on them now in the casket. I mean, this stuff crazy. Ain't never won one in his life.
I want to talk about what Muhammad was saying because he
got yeah. We're gonna get into what Muhammad is.
So don't worry about it.
Yeah. He in the comments.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we go.
Thank you for calling. Put your cash apps up. All right.
Thank you for the call. All right, all right, here we go, brother Muhammad. We with you. Let's start from his first comment. Here you go, right here. He said, I know what I'm about to say is not going to be popular, but we made a big mistake with the civil rights movement trick. I already know what you mean about it. Wanting to be accepted by something instead of doing our own thing.
Yeah, I agree with 100%. Yeah, because the civil rights movement was a big, trick of a power way trying to force. I don't know what it meant by that last part.
Yeah, we gave a lot of our power away trying to force people to
love
us.
Right. Yeah. When you shouldn't have to do that. You shouldn't have to do that. You knew that the political system, the judicial system, the trick system, they were all fixed against you. You would move differently. Absolutely. But I would like to address that right there, Blow.
All right.
By knowing that, you should be moving different. Okay, and I'm going to explain what I got to say about that, Muhammad. I'm going to explain what I got to say about that. If you know the school system is fixed against you, why don't you do something to work around that school system? I mean, okay, you could be a doctor today if you wanted to. You don't even have to go to school to be a doctor. You can get on the internet and become a doctor. How about that? You don't even have to go in the classroom setting. See, this is how fast this stuff has changed from back then to now. Stuff has changed. You can be what you want to be today. You want to be a doctor? Get online, go to school, do all of what you got to do, and you can become a doctor. Learn what you got to learn, go into there, and do what you got to do to get to where you need to get to. That's self-explanatory. And the whole problem is they got us, Blow, out here just whining and dining because we ain't got what we supposed to have, or they saying they took something from us and stole something from us. Let me tell you something. Yeah, if they stole anything from the black community, if they stole this from that, they took a lot of work to do it. See, ain't nothing easy. So if you want to so-called steal it back, do what you got to do to get to where you need to get to. If you want to go to school, be a lawyer, go ahead and do what you got to do. This stuff ain't going to be handed to you. It wasn't handed to them. You think it was easy going over there, getting slaves, bringing them back? You think that was easy work? Come on, man. They had to put some work in. Anything you do, you got to put work in, whether it's good or bad. Even if you want to rob a bank, you got to put work in. You can't just say the bank is robbed and you ain't done nothing. You see what I'm saying? So anything, whether good or bad, that you do, you to put the work in. We're paying a big price today because somebody had a dream. And that.
Well, I think I want to say something on this. I think a lot of times, just critically thinking, I think we have to. Me speaking for myself, I've never been a slave. I've never known a slave, and people my age have never known a slave master or being slave masters. So a lot of times, all this stuff is just being brought up to keep your mind focused on that. Absolutely. There's no reason why I should be talking about Jim Crow or slavery or anything when a lot of these people, man, just like a couple weeks ago, I had made a post about they had all them people marching in Mississippi, right? Looking like we in 1965 again marching. But half them people out there, I'm willing to bet, went back and got them Mercedes Benzes and went to probably $400,000, $500,000, $600,000 houses. So why is we allowing somebody to keep chains on. That's mental slavery. That's mental slavery. Ain't nobody spit on me. Ain't nobody ever grabbed me up and tried to put no noose around my neck. I ain't never had a family member being lynched or burned or nothing. I can't relate to that. The only thing that can make me relate to that is falling victim to the mindset that the media is trying to put on people to make us think that. They got us, I say this all the time, and Art knows, they keep us in the rearview mirror. They keep us in the rearview mirror. The smallest mirror on the car. Man, you ain't got nothing but the little rearview mirror like this in the middle, in the front, and then you got the two little ones on each side of the car. But you got the whole windshield, and ain't nobody looking out the windshield.
Well,
nobody
Jesus addressed that issue himself. He said, any man having put his hand to the plow and looking back ain't fit for the kingdom of heaven. Now, why did he say that? Then he turned around behind that and said, let the dead bury the dead. Let's go. You see what I'm saying? You can't be looking back. That has no bearing on me right now. My focus should be where I'm going, not where I came from. I'm just saying, man, stop it, man. Stop talking about where you came from. That's a ploy to keep you back there. That's a ploy to keep you focused on the wrong thing. Now, guess what, Blow? While you talking about slavery, what is your kids doing? While you talking about all this stuff about Jim Crow, what is your kids doing? Now, how come they ain't talking about what your kids doing and they talking about Jim Crow?
You should. You said you should be thinking about history. No, what I'm saying is I'm okay. I tell this story, and the people that come on here and say coonery and stuff like that. If you go talk to me, I have a real conversation with you. When I got out, and I tell this story a lot. When I first came home from being locked up, somebody told me, "Blow, you're not gonna be able to get no job because of your record now." And I sat around for 5 or 10 years believing that without even trying, because I had trust in the source, the people telling me this. But when I finally got up off my butt and went and got a job, and I put in the hard work, like Art said, if you put in hard work, it paid off. I was running the whole building. You see what I'm saying? That's what I'm telling you. That's the mindset of people. But you, Blow, you selfish. How am I selfish? How am I selfish? So you telling me, so the real boss, let me ask you this. How many slaves do you know? And how many slave masters do you know? Because we can sit up here, because we talking about the same people. Now you sit up here, let me see what your words was, because I want to make sure. You say I'm too far gone, but you too far gone. You got somebody to literally tell you to your face that you can't be rehabilitated and that you ain't this and you ain't that, and you'll go out there and support them.
Go vote for him. I don't know how far
you go vote for somebody talking about Jim Crow, man. I don't want to hear nothing about no Jim Crow, man. Come on, man. You talking the real boss. I bet your name the real boss. I bet you probably is a real boss. I believe you probably live up to your name. You probably got Mercedes Benz trucks, nice houses, businesses, and all kind of stuff. But you a slave, right? You been held down. Do you know how many white people don't have nothing? I don't know why people don't. I don't know why black people think only white people have and black people don't. Man, it's white people out here that don't got the nicest cars, me or Art, don't stay in the nicest houses, me or Art, don't got the nicest paying job as me and Art.
A lot of them.
So why is we still living in 1965? That's a choice. If you want to live back there, I'm gonna leave you back there by yourself, man. I'm gonna leave you back there by yourself.
Well, hold it. He said nobody never told him he couldn't be rehabilitated. He didn't listen to Joe Biden's 94 speech, did he? He didn't listen to that speech that Joe Biden
no, he didn't. He probably voted for him.
You couldn't be rehabilitated. Somebody did tell you that, and you probably went out and voted for him. I'm just saying. See, you got to get your facts together. Yeah.
These people, two people, because they sending them cash out. Well, whatever. We ain't got to say, I mean, we just telling the truth. Let me tell you something. Everybody is stuck on the narrative of victim. That's how they got you. Man, they either got you scared or they got you in your feelings. Come on, man, you in your feelings right now. That's it.
Right. Exactly. You've been raised based on your history. Yeah, but we ain't
biased on your history.
Yeah, we might have been raised based on our history, but that ain't dictating our future. If you let your history dictate your future, you'll stay back there. Okay, you'll stay back there.
Yeah,
if you let how you was raised dictate on where you going, you won't get anywhere. Yeah.
and they can still send you one. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah, tell them that
absolutely.
again. That's not how they do it anyways. You can disagree with them, they still send you a cash out.
Yeah,
Exactly. That ain't
that
what we
ain't
doing
about
around
that.
here. Man, come on, go look at the 1994 Biden crime bill.
Crime bill.
Biden told
Right.
you that. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. He said you can't. Black people can't be rehabilitated.
Yeah. Exactly.
So, should not be concerned with history. Man, look, I'm telling you, for what? Tell me where
Yeah.
that go get me.
Make him
No, no,
answer
no,
that
no.
question.
Tell me,
Why are you
tell me
so
where is
concerned
that
with
going to
history?
get me? Tell me where that's going to get me.
Yeah. Why are you so concerned with history
I'm
when
gonna tell
it's
you
not
something,
going
man.
to value nothing?
I'm gonna tell you something. This right here is the problem with people like you. I want $10, right? I'm gonna tell you something. So you basically trying to downplay the $10, but you put value in nothing.
Yeah.
You value nothing over the $10. That's just like
Right.
people that hate Donald Trump right now, but can't tell me what a Democrat want to do or have done. You want
Right.
nothing. You
Yeah.
rather take nothing.
Yeah. Exactly. That's just the way. That's how twisted it is, bro. That's how
Yeah,
the
exactly. You
mindset they
rather have
get us in.
nothing. Put your
Yeah.
cash app up. I'll send you $10.
Yeah.
You got no problem
Bro,
with
that's
that?
the twisted mindset.
I'm not a victim, but I'm not gonna forget my history. Okay, that's cool. And I'm not saying that I'm not saying don't forget the history, but I'm just saying when somebody bringing up Jim Crow, man, because they telling you need an ID to vote, but the people that really went through Jim Crow was getting beat, brutalized, bit by dogs, and all this stuff for trying to get off a vote. Man, you can't find me one person that haven't voted. I don't understand. They
Not
keep
that
talking about
wanted to vote.
you can't deny who wanted to vote.
Right. Right. So the ID has nothing to do with it. You should have an ID, but you can find me enough
Man,
people
but
out here.
he know he can't do nothing without no ID. Or he know that. See, that's
Right.
what I'm saying.
Exactly.
Y'all people just don't keep it 100, bro. That's the problem. I ain't forgot
Yep.
about my history, but I'm gonna tell you something. This is what I know about my history. I know my grandma and my great grandma on both sides of my family. Anybody other than that, I can look into them all day, but that ain't gonna really get me nowhere. That ain't got nothing to do with my future. Man, let me
Right.
tell you something, man. I'm successful today because I got up and I stopped listening to what everybody else told me.
Thank you. Yeah.
Because
Exactly.
everybody else
About
told me,
what you
bro, you
can't
can't
do.
do this, you can't do that. And I
Right.
believe it. Come
Yeah.
on, man. I ain't gotta believe nobody. I believe in me.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, and that's your opinion. And
Yeah.
I'm look, and listen, and watch me keep it 100 because this is what we having a problem about. Keeping it 100. I am a lifelong Democrat. I'm a lifelong Democrat. But I
Absolutely.
came to the realization that people like Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, even Donald Trump, right? They human beings just like me. They human beings just like me. They get up, they not perfect, just like I ain't perfect, just like you ain't perfect. You sit up here and judge somebody for he said he wanna grab about a pea and all this. You ain't never grabbed none? You ain't never grabbed none? I mean, I'm just asking you, have you ever grabbed some? Because my thing is I'm not judging, I don't care nothing about that. I've had my encounters with the same type of stuff dealing too. I sat up there and told Art, if Art cut somebody head clean off their body, and he called me, I'm gonna take his call. If he needs some money on his books, I'm gonna put money on his books. So why am I gonna get mad at somebody saying it was good people on both sides? I'll do the same exact thing. Come
Right.
on, man. We sit up here talking about a white man being racist, a white man liking white people, a white man looking out for white people, but you'll go vote for a black man that'll do something for everybody except for black people.
But that's crazy, ain't it?
I don't get it. Because
Yeah.
if I would think in my logic that a white man's supposed to look out for a white man and a black man's supposed to look out for a black. My bad, caller. We got you. Go ahead, caller.
All right, brother. Assalamu alaikum. This is Brother Melvin Muhammad calling you.
What's going on, brother?
Oh,
Yeah,
nothing much, brother. Nothing much. I know we got a lot of stuff that we got to start readjusting. We got to do a lot of readjustments in this next phase of our journey here in America. You know, I think we were set on the wrong course. I mean, we had a course to take, but we set on the wrong course, and I think a lot of stuff that we doing now is really trying to clean up some of the mess that's been set by our previous so-called civil rights. I'm sorry to say. I just believe that, hey, this school system that's been tricking us, we done failed for that. This job placement, not training our children correctly. We done failed for that. We keep falling for everything except falling for ourselves. You know what I mean? And so I just wanted to say that. I mean, I hear a lot of discussions about submitting to the police when you pull you over. That's good. Yeah, do that. You're supposed to do the right thing. You're supposed to be smart. You're supposed to set the right example. But somebody's shooting us down in the back for a bottle of water. There's supposed to be something done about that.
I respect it. I respect
We
it.
agree with that.
Without question. I didn't, I'm 62. I'll be 63 this year. I didn't know we were scared of Asians.
Yeah.
I'm surprised. I mean, I'm surprised that I didn't know we was afraid of Asians.
Yeah.
I mean, we done had so many problems with them, the women going into their nail shops, getting beat up with brooms. This should have been on the news.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, they got guns sitting in there. They got brooms and guns, and they waiting to pound on you, brother, your sister.
Mm-hmm.
Sisters, they waiting to pound on you, take your money and pound on you if you come incorrectly. I mean, listen, we done failed for every trick other than pulling our shit together, trying to clean up this. And one thing I say, we have actually we got to take up the slack that the 68s, the 50s, that the mess that they set us in. Mm-hmm. We got to take that slack up now. That's what we doing there, trying to clean this mess up. Mm-hmm. I'm 62. I don't know how much longer I'm going to be here, but I lived when there was a little girl who was bombed in that church. Mm-hmm. Listen, we living through that today. Now, I don't know why nobody would say that we're not living through that same. We are actually, Malcolm said we was going to do what? Repeat it. If we do what? Forget our history.
Yeah.
We can never forget our history.
Well, I don't think it's necessarily forgetting our history. I think it's not tying it to like you said, us living our lives. What I'm saying is if you stay stuck somewhere, you can't get nowhere.
Exactly. That's it.
Because I don't see no benefit. I don't see no benefit in me thinking about anything that happened in the 50s, 60s, or 70s. Right. I just don't.
Oh, that's where we wrong at, see. Right. Because you did what you're saying, and you got a platform that's going to reach a lot of people, especially a lot of young brothers and sisters. So we're not trying to stay in that. We're still trying to come out of that 50s and 60s. Listen, hold, brother. Those days are still with us.
Well, I disagree. I disagree.
Let me ask you something. Well, let me just say this to you, brother. Okay. Married families were more prevalent in the black community then than they are now.
We talk about that.
More families was run with two parent households.
Yep.
Now, how do we get from 2-parent households to welfare, to food stamps, to the welfare rule, no man in the house, to now trades taken out of schools? I mean, brother, listen, these people don't, let me tell you something, these people do not change. What they
how we got there? Let me tell you how we got there. Let me tell you how we got there.
But they don't change.
Let me tell you how we got there, though.
I don't want to take up all your time, but listen, let me tell you something.
Yeah, but I want to get this point across.
We the ones that got to change. We the ones that got to realize and face the fact that, hey, nobody's coming to save us.
And that's what we. And that's what we.
A question, caller. I want to ask you a question. You said, "How did we get there? How did we get here?" Yeah. Let me tell you how we got here.
I know how we got here.
We took our eye off of where we were going. See, we wasn't going to the training. We wasn't going to the food step. Listen, they tricked you into getting where you going. You took your eye off the ball. You actually thought that they were doing you some good by giving food stamps up. You actually thought they was giving you some good by kicking the man out of the house. See, that's what you thought. That's how we got to where we at. We took our eye off the ball of where we were going. If we knew we had good family structure, how come we didn't keep it? Why? They tricked us. They tricked you. They made the woman think that she didn't need you, and they kicked you out. That's how we got. You took your eye off of where you were going. That's what Blow is talking about. That's what we're talking about. We got to figure out and stay the course on where we going.
Exactly, because one thing about it is I come from nothing. Art come from nothing. We made no excuses that we made it to where we are right now today, and we telling you that I don't want to hear nothing about what I can't do here. Exactly. We talk about all these polarizing figures every week. D.L. Hughley, Charlamagne the God, Whoopi Goldberg, who get on TV on public platforms and tell black people, talk about the past and tell us there ain't no place for us in America and we ain't nothing but niggas to white folks. But they go home to $1 million mansions.
Right.
I don't listen to them. I don't listen to them too much.
And a lot of people listen, and a lot of us do listen to them.
A lot of them listen to them.
A lot of them listen to them.
Right.
Because they're part of the Ponzi scheme.
It's a Ponzi scheme. It's a Ponzi scheme.
And if y'all remember Bernie Madoff, boy, he blew him out the water with. I think he gets the world championship belt with Ponzi schemes. Bernie Madoff, you know what I mean?
Let me give you one example on how they use our history against us. Okay, I'm gonna just give you that one example. Blow just brought it to the forefront, but I'm gonna break it down and explain to you how they use our history against us. First thing they do is holler Jim Crow, okay, about you getting the ID. Now you tell me what in the hell Jim Crow got to do with me getting the ID. All that's gonna do is keep me from getting the ID. Now, without an ID, I can't go forward. So your history and them crying out Jim Crow about a freaking ID, see, that's how they use that history against you. Now you have to understand that all the people that they said can't get an ID won't get an ID, but to use Jim Crow to put it together. That's got nothing to do with no ID, man. Jim Crow has nothing to do with no ID. Why would you put that in that sentence, in that category? It's got nothing to do with it, with you voting. You didn't vote in Jim Crow. You didn't do nothing in Jim Crow. Okay, now you voting. So what has that got to do with this? That's what Blow is trying to explain to you. They use your history against you to keep you from getting what you need to get.
Yeah. And
that's what I call it.
Yeah, I appreciate you. But I mean, you got to understand that. I'm like I said, I'm 62. I'll be 63 this year. Like I said, I think I'm living in a time now where we realize we got to clean up some of the mistakes. Yeah, I agree.
The 50s and the 60s. You know what I'm saying? I think, and you know, I believe when Dr. King said he looked over the mountain and he saw, you know, he may not get there with us. I think he knew it would be right here with that bullshit. I'm sorry, with that bull crap that when we come out, turn the other cheek, all that stuff turn the other cheek.
But you know,
got us here.
But you know,
that's why we still going through it, and that's why we still got every other nation coming over here using us as a doormat. And when if we don't stop it, we're gonna be like Dr. Claude Anderson said. It used to be black and white issues. Man, but we not even gonna be in the discussion. You know, we're not even gonna be in the discussion when it come to getting what's ours.
Yeah, exactly. We're not.
And that's where we at now, trying to clean it
up. I think the biggest, and I talk to Art about this all the time. I think the biggest misconception of me and Art is our political stance make us anti-black, but I feel like it make us more pro-black. Because my thing is this: if you look out for, if you say I'm gonna look out for Americans, right? You got black people that's gonna say, oh, they just worried about the inclusions of whites being in there. Whites already got this and already got that. But we live in a time when you can't do nothing for whites that blacks can't benefit from.
Right.
But they got our attention swayed to tell us that it's all about inclusion. And then when we vote for the side that's all about inclusion, they look out for everybody but us. So I'd rather ride with the side that's gonna look out for America, and I get whatever I can get on my own by pulling myself up by my bootstraps and going to get it. Because I believe in the mother, the father, and the children. That's what I believe in. I don't believe in no making no babies and no single parent homes and all that stuff. I don't believe in that.
Right.
I don't believe in that.
It's morals and values.
I believe your discussion. I believe your discussion is on point. If we gonna understand where our focus is, because now it's all about cleaning this up now. We done FBA, Foundational Black Americans. I think that's for real, and I think if we can make sure our discussion is on making sure we know where we going now. We got to get some focus on where we finna go here from here, cause it's gonna be another.
You want me to tell you? Let me tell you something, Colin. Me and Art, we had a bright idea a few years back that we was gonna come up with something, and me and Art, we was go champion something just for Black people, and we would go. You know, we had put our minds together. We set a logo up for it. We had a name for it and everything. But you know why we really couldn't act on it? Because we know how our people are. And we know how me and Art are. I see Art as I look up to Art. I see Art as a successful Black man, and I'm pretty sure he probably see me as the same. You know what I mean? And one thing about our people is as soon as we raise $20,000 or $50,000 or $150,000, they're going to say, oh, I just saw Art. He in a drop top. Oh, I just saw Blow. He got on a chain. He got on a nice watch. Oh, now they go want their money back. Black people, we can't stay on the same page for nothing. We'll create a group to build something for Black people, and by the time we get halfway build, it'll be a whole nother group on the inside trying to destroy what we doing.
Yeah. We gotta figure out how we gonna pull everybody on the same page.
Because
everybody ain't coming though.
Well, and the thing is this: we had Black people that did more with less.
Right.
Exactly. Thank you. We came out of slavery building shit.
And now everybody got money. Everybody got money.
All over the country.
Everybody got money.
Right.
They got that out the mud.
Exactly. Come on, man. You had every Black person with a job put $150 in the pot. We don't need nobody.
Right.
Hey, I did a program right here in Jacksonville, Florida called It Takes a Village, vocational training and training program for kids, 13 and 19, because I think we need to get them early. 13 and 19.
Yeah, I do too.
And now they can do something. See what I'm saying? Now they can actually go and put a fence post in. You know, paint a wall. They can do a little like plumbing. You know what I mean? So, but you know, and I didn't have a whole lot of money doing that. But we printed up shirts. We put the program together. We went nonprofit.
Mm-hmm.
So did. So listen. It don't take a whole lot. See, it don't take a whole lot. One person can make a difference.
Mm-hmm.
One person can make a difference. All you gotta do is we just gotta stay on this and make sure that we get this drilled in. All these kids are not coming. All these people are not coming.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Let me tell you something, Colin. Let me tell you what they did to circumvent that. They started in elementary school trying to teach little Black kids that they being oppressed. And they were teaching the little white kids that they was the oppressor. Right there. That's how young they went. That's how far back they started. What do you think the Black kids gonna grow up to think? That they can't do nothing. They being oppressed. They being oppressed and they can't do nothing. And the white person is oppressing them. What do you think the white kid is going to think? Now, if you just put those kids together and leave them alone, they're going to play with each other. They're going to grow with each other. They're going to be their best friends and everything. We talked about this on the show before. That's what the problem is. They get
but that's what the real boss 044 thing. That's what the real boss thing. The real boss thing that we still oppressed and that they the oppressor. That's what you think.
Thank you. We're not oppressed. We're not oppressed no more. But we confused. See, confusion, and when you love somebody that beat on your ass all day long, so you know, Elijah Muhammad called this like the wife, the wife that gets beat so much. She love her husband so much, she's steady taking that whooping. You know, and that's where we at now. We sitting there, we steady taking these beatings, and we don't know how to get out of it. So now we got to figure out how. That's why I say we got to start focusing on how we going to get our people out of this situation. steady taking these ass whippings.
Well, I'm gonna tell you the first thing we need to do, the easiest thing to do, and I know you probably don't want to talk about politics, but I'm gonna make this comment. If we get everybody off the Democratic plantation, we can see their true colors. Because I'm willing to bet you, if every black person, whether you go independent or not, you ain't even got to go Republican. If you just don't vote Democrat, I guarantee you they'll come out and release a stuff. They'll show their true ugly color.
Right.
I believe, like I said.
But they'll come out and say, we ain't never needed y'all anyway. Y'all the ones been stupid all this time.
Yeah, I believe they'll say that.
Say this. I'm gonna stay much longer because I know some people want to get on, but I'm gonna say this. It's been a political Ponzi scheme from day one. LBJ, when he said we not ready. He told Dr. King, he said we not ready right now. You're pushing us too fast.
Mm-hmm.
And let me tell you something. Everything changed after he said that. Let me tell you something. I don't even think Dr. King did that dream. I don't think he wrote that mess. I think somebody wrote it for him and he put that shit out there in the world. See what I'm saying? Because you can't keep telling people to dream. If when you dream, if somebody can pick your pockets. You know
I'm kind of straddling the fence on that because I don't believe nothing is impossible. Art got a saying, and his saying is, I could go to the moon, but I just don't want to put in the work that it take to get there.
Exactly.
And that's anybody. That's anybody in life. Ain't nothing off limits. I think me being a black man, you being a black man, I don't think there's no limitation to anything we can do or be in 2026. I believe if you come up with the right idea and you get the right people to back you on it, I believe you could be the richest man on this planet comfortably. I believe that.
Listen, let's understand something too, bro. Let's stop talking about rich. Cause rich ain't rich. You got listen. What about Marley say? What do you mean rich?
Okay, true indeed.
What do you mean rich? Are you talking about money and belonging? What are you talking about rich?
Well, I'm talking about. So I'm gonna answer your question. I'm talking about the fact that money is not everything, but I'm trying to figure out what you could do without it.
Listen, okay, but let's start focusing on rich in spirit.
I agree.
Rich in energy. You know what I mean? Let's start focusing on rich and getting our minds ready. So we can.
I agree with that.
I agree with that.
You know what I'm saying? Listen, hey, let me tell you something. A lot of stuff is sweat equity. I mean, hey, okay, you got $1 million. What you gonna do? A lot of people rich right now. We got a few people that get some money. What they doing with it? See what I'm saying?
Yeah, but it's two different kinds of rich. It's two different kinds of rich. I can go out there right now and hit a scratch off and get $1 million. That ain't really the kind of rich I want to be because I'm gonna blow that. That's gonna be gone. That was given to me. But if I got $0 and I come up to $1 million, that's the kind of $1 million I want because it ain't gonna never go away.
Right. Well, that's right. We gotta make sure that these young brothers, especially these young brothers, because and our young queens, you know what I mean? We want to make sure they get the message this time. Listen, I don't think we're gonna get another chance after this, right? After this century, right? We don't get another. We're gonna be looking 50 years. I'll be gone. You probably be gone. They're gonna be still. Listen, they're not even gonna be able to fight this battle no more. It's gonna be over. You're gonna be back in the chains again. That shit can still happen. You can really be back in literal. Listen, I understand something. You don't even really have to be in physical chains no more. That's what I'm trying to say. Is that it's not necessarily a physical chain no more. It's all mental now.
Yeah,
that's what blows.
Don't nobody want to lead the charge. We got all these rich black folks out here with a voice. Don't none of them want to lead the charge. I've been saying this for the last 5 years. If Oprah Winfrey or Tyler Perry or who you think is the most influential Muslim?
Oh, you know.
I mean, I'm saying besides him.
I'm gonna say Mr. Farrakhan.
Well, I know, but I'm saying besides Farrakhan. Well, let's say Farrakhan. If he came out and said, "Okay, I want to build something just for us. I've been looking at this land. It's 1,000 acres in Palm Beach, Florida. This is the cash out right now. I'm challenging all black people to donate to this. We go create banks, schools, grocery stores, everything black for us, by us." I'll send money right on over there to Farrakhan, man, or anybody. I send money to Oprah, Tyler Perry, anybody that's black with a voice that I trust is going to do it.
Well, Blow, we've been saying this, Blow. We don't have any black grocery stores or nothing like that. We've been saying that all these millionaires we got. Why we ain't got a chain?
Exactly. So somebody we're gonna have to figure out what we gonna do to get our minds cleaned up. Because reparations will be good.
Well, I don't even think we even got to get our minds cleaned up. I think we just need a pot to put something in and put something in it.
Right.
Well, that too. And I mean, money is going to fly out of our hands soon.
I'm gonna tell you something. If they stripped everybody out of their jobs right now today, all black people, they said no more black people could go to work on Monday, and and everybody's bank account went to $0 right now, 2026. What's the first thing we go try to? And we all come together finally and say we need to create something for just us. The first thing we gonna need is some money. Now everybody got money, and can't nobody take 10 cents out of $1 and put it in a pot right now today. But if they strip everything from us, the first thing we gonna need to make something happen is what everybody got a little bit of to put up right now.
We got 50 million blacks in this country. Okay, 50 million. Now, if every black person in this country put in $2, what we got?
That's $100 million.
Exactly. 100 million. We can do something with that.
$100 million. We could do a whole bunch with that.
Right.
But that's what we gotta. That's the page we're trying to be on, and we're trying to. And like I said, brother, our mission now is to make sure we leave these kids in a better place. So personally, I think we were shafted. I think we were left a job to clean up. And I want to say this. I don't know if y'all remember this, but a long time ago, the king, the slave, the people that was oppressed, they had handed the king their children. They had their oppressor. He was take my baby. I feel like we were left. I think we was handed to the beast. I'm 60. Like I said, I'm 60. I keep saying that. I feel like we were handed to the beast so that he would get off their backs.
Well, I think the only thing we really need to do is we need to get back to planning babies and being real families again. We got to get back to family structure. Me and Art looked it up. I looked it up. The number one reason why we have single parent families right now is because ain't nobody planning babies.
Right.
People just going on dates, and now you pregnant. He going out the picture. Here she go with a baby, and now we in a disaster. We got to get back to families.
Right.
That's the first thing. We got to start from this generation. We have to be preaching to them that not to be just jumping around playing.
That's another part of the trick, Blow. That because they don't want you to have families, they want you to abort the babies. They want you to do this. It's just the opposite of what we need. We fall for everything except for what we need.
Yeah.
I don't know if y'all Democrats or Republicans or whatever y'all, but listen, I think the Democrats have been, like I said, the big Ponzi scheme trick.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, they have been. Yeah, and we're not Democrats.
I think they've been the trick all along.
They have.
Yeah, they have. I mean, my thing is they do for everybody but us.
Right.
And the thing is they do absolutely nothing. Like you have all these people, right, who say Trump this, Trump that, Trump this, Trump that, right? But I go up on all them posts and I say, okay, well, just change my mind. What do the Democrats have planned and what do they want to do? And I can't get an answer. They don't even know.
Right. All I can get, and I like Trump. Let me say this: I like Trump a little. I like Trump a little bit because he's straight up. He's a devil.
I mean, he's just a person. He's just a person.
Yeah, but I like him because he do what he say he gonna damn do. You know what I mean? I like people like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He say he gonna do something, he do it. And these Democrats keep falling for this child rape, this child.
Man, all this pedophile stuff they talking about, they get, and that's how they brainwash the Democrats. They had them talking about the Epstein files, this. But then y'all sit up here and the only thing y'all want to do is to have transgender kids.
That's pedophilia.
Man, that's pedophilia.
Pedophilia.
Even with this Pride Month stuff, we didn't go get to it tonight, but we was gonna talk about it. But even with this Pride Month stuff, They try to make it about it's all about inclusion, and I get that. It's love for everybody. Love, if you whatever you love, whatever you believe, you should be accepted, right? But they don't accept that. But it all boils down to what's going on inside of a bedroom.
Right.
That's what it boiled down to. You can't be that stupid. That's what it boiled down to. All this Pride Month stuff on NFL uniforms and all these different uniforms. They're talking about, oh, we ain't putting the 250th anniversary because Trump the president, but y'all got Pride Month on there representing what's going on behind closed doors in somebody's house.
That's why I like Trump, because I think I ain't heard a man stand up against them suckers lately. You know what I mean? Nobody wants to say nothing to him. Who are they? Who are they to fear?
Man, they got so much respect. They'll give a man the Woman of the Year award.
Man, come on,
That's how much respect they got for the LGBTQ.
Yeah,
man,
exactly.
Look, my mama is a woman. Yo, if anybody out there disagree with what I'm saying, I'm not homophobic, but what I'm saying is, if you got a mama or a sister, I got an aunt. I talk about my Aunt Mo all the time. She got 4 jobs. And that man that won that award was not more qualified than my aunt. First of all, he's not a woman. He don't have what it takes to be a woman. The body parts. And and I know he don't work harder than my Aunt Mo.
If you
ain't
want
no
to
way in the world.
give him the Man of the Year award. If you want to give him something, give him the Man of the Year award.
Give him the Man of the Year award. I'd rather come take a place to a man in a dress than give it to somebody over my mama.
Exactly. And he ain't even a woman.
No, man, he ain't even qualified. They go back to that DEI stuff. You want to give somebody a position that ain't even qualified.
Exactly.
Let's talk about what's the girl, Ketanji Brown, Supreme Court Justice.
Oh man, I don't even want to talk
about what a woman is.
Yeah, don't even know what a woman is.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's gonna reflect her hypocrisies.
Right. It's just interesting how these people, and Barack Obama, what do? He telling us that we need gay men. Little kids need gay men in there. I mean, what in the world?
Man, that's a whole nother subject for another day.
I think he's a blessing to us because he's getting us to think a little differently now. Because men ain't been standing up lately.
That's true.
They ain't been standing up against this foolishness lately. And finally, somebody was able to say something about it. Say something against it.
And that's why we come on this show right here. Whoever left this TT. Yeah, that's why we come on this show, because I tell people all the time, man, you know, art made me believe. You know, I had to believe in myself, but art made me believe all things are possible. I can have stuff, man. You know, my dream car sitting in my garage right now. You know what I mean? This is stuff I worked hard for. I started at the bottom. I didn't believe in myself. I didn't believe in myself. Nobody gave me a reason to believe in myself.
Exactly.
But then whenever I started coming around successful men, seeing successful people, I said, okay, I can be successful. I'm going to be honest with you. A lot of people that's doing a lot of complaining, you got a lot of bad habits. You get when I stopped smoking and drinking 13 years ago, ever since then, I've been on an up trajectory. 100%. I've been going this way. Since I put that drink down, that smoke down,
put that stuff away.
That's right.
Man, I went straight up to the top. I sacrificed one thing for another. Man, I say this all the time. I'm not even big on the Bible, but I know one thing. The number one important thing to anybody's life is sacrifice.
Right.
If you sacrifice, there's nothing you can't do, nothing you can't have, nothing you can't achieve.
Exactly. I believe you, brother. I believe this program is going to reach a lot of people. It's going to wake a lot of us up, and I'm so glad that in 2026.
Yeah.
I hope I get the chance to see, and I'm seeing some of it right now. Us coming around, we figuring out that listen, it's nothing wrong with us doing something for ourselves. Seem like the world got vitriol whenever we say we want to do something just for us.
Right.
Yep.
I don't understand why everybody else can come here and use us as a doormat, walk all over us.
Yep. Excuse me. The world got something to say about it. Yep. That's it. Come on, man. We got all these homeless people all out. They let somebody come step right over the homeless and come over here and have everything.
Yeah, give money. Excuse me. Let me get this to them. Yeah.
Another thing that's going to happen is that we on our way to third world country right here.
Yeah. If we keep bringing these people in.
Yep.
Can't keep raising prices like this and taking jobs and ruining infrastructure the way that this government is doing. You can't keep doing that and think you're gonna have. What are you trying to do?
Yeah, I see you.
You're creating a third world country. You can go to just about every city in this country, and you will see a little third world tent city up somewhere, and it's getting worse. I mean, it's people that's working, that's sleeping in their car.
Well, I think that just boils down to addressing the issues. We have a lot of drug addiction and mental health problems in America.
Right. That's what you got to
And
do.
a lot of that, that's what that is. A lot of them tent cities and these people out here on the street, man. One thing I'll tell you about a person holding up a sign, man, that's a whole lot of burnt bridges. Because one thing I know, man, any one of my family members that's decent, that's out there like that, they could come with me. You know what I mean? So a lot of them people out there, man, either them people gone mentally or them people got bad habits and done burnt bridges.
Right.
And it's just simple, and that's just me being honest about it.
Well, that's it. Because you're going to help anybody that's trying to help themselves. That's the way it go.
Well, I can tell you one thing that's not going to help us is to keep my eggs keep getting $6 a carton. my water, my bottle of water is $3 a bottle.
Yeah.
I mean, we getting shot in the back for not having the water 100 yards away from my business, from an Asian's business.
Yeah. That case, that case needs to be retried. And like I say, I do believe, they was 100% wrong. And that child, he played a small part in it, but he didn't deserve that. And that man should be punished for his actions.
Yeah, he sure should.
Of course he should be. And y'all, I'm glad I got a chance to talk to y'all.
And we come on every Sunday from 7 to 8, man. You pushed us over a little tonight, but we were for a good talk. We all, that's all good. We all with you.
All right, okay, brother. I'll talk to y'all later.
All right.
Okay. Hey, it's one thing for sure.
Two things for sure.
We gonna tell the truth.
Because it's time.
It's time to tell the truth, and the truth hurt. Hey, we thank everybody for joining in tonight. Y'all have a good one. Peace out.
Yeah, we out.